Number one, let me say good morning to everyone, and look, I'm standing with Chief Acevedo, Chief Fenner, Rodney West from the fire department. Uh, Wanted to come and check on the two officers who were injured from the vehicle accident last night, Officer Reed and Officer Daly. Got a chance to see and speak to Officer Reed, and he's in good spirit and he's recovering well. Was not able to see Officer Daly. They're still attending to him. I simply want to ask people in the city of Houston to pray for both of these officers, Officer Reed, Officer Daly. Pray for their families. Um, um, that's what's important, and that we show them that we are very supportive, of both of them. Um, I want to remind people, especially during this holiday season, to be very, very careful when you're drinking and driving. Okay, there simply were too many incidents last night of people who were driving after they had been drinking, and were involved in several accidents last night, and several of them involved police officers last night in their vehicles. So this is Christmas Eve. We're in the holiday season, and what I want to say to people is that there are consequences when you are drinking and driving, and I want to caution all Houstonians as we continue to go through this holiday season. Please be very mindful. If you're drinking, then don't be behind the wheel. Simply do not be behind the wheel, because there are consequences when you do that, and people are impacted, like Officer Reed and Officer Daly. But we want to continue to pray for the two of them as they recover from their injuries, and then let's hope and pray that no one else is impacted by drivers who have been drinking. Let me stop here and turn it over to Chief Acevedo.
Good morning, Mayor. Thank you so much always for your leadership and your support of our men and women. It means so much to the families and the officers that are gathered when you see our chief executive and the leader of our city here with us, and we couldn't ask for greater support. And then on top of that, we have a marriage person of faith that understands the power of prayer and the impact of prayer and what prayer can accomplish and what we can accomplish with prayer. I want to just update you very quickly. Officer Reed, Mayor and I visited with him. He's doing well. He's in good spirits, but as you can imagine, he needs to be prayed for. We know he's going to have a full recovery. He's got some second-degree burns, but we absolutely expect a full recovery. Having said that, his challenge is going to be the emotion, the psychology, the trauma of going through this very violent incident, and watching his partner, his classmate, come within seconds of dying. I want to just say, and the man I was talking about, this is a Christmas miracle. Standing here, we're talking about officers that are hospitalized and not officers that are dead. I'm not going to release the name of the civilian because, to be honest with you, I don't have it with me. Secondly, we want to respect that person's privacy until we have an opportunity to celebrate this passerby that helped Officer Reed get out of that vehicle, what was left of it. And then Officer Reed and that civilian went in and got Officer Daly out of that patrol car while it was engulfed in flames, and before, I would say within seconds of being able to get him out without him dying. Having said that, there's some people in this hospital that are called the staff, the surgeons, the nurses. Mayor and I just witnessed a nurse who got in here at 5 a.m. And has been doing nothing but working on Officer Daly, painstakingly changing bandages. He is covered in sweat, and to be able for us to witness that and to be able to personally thank that hero and the heroes back here that we call our medical staff at this great institution we call Herman, they really are heroes, and they're phenomenal. We're continuing to ask for the public's prayers, and what we need to be focused on is prayers for a full recovery so Officer Daly can resume his career. We know that unless something terrible happens that's unforeseen, he's expected to survive, but he is in serious condition, and what we need for his prayers for a full recovery. The good Lord bless him and that he can fully recover to resume his career. That's what we're asking for from the public at this time. The last thing I want to say is that, like the mayor said, reinforced, there's no excuse for driving under the influence. There's no excuse when you have metro, you've got taxis, you have transportation networks. There are so many options that when you drink, you should use those options. But for the decision, and if anybody's seen that crash, that violent crash that happened yesterday as a result of a suspected drunk driver turning and striking a patrol car, we wouldn't be here right now having this conversation. There's no excuse for drinking and driving, and we just urge everyone during the holidays and throughout the year, if you're going to drink, plan on not driving. So with that, we're going to open it up to questions, but I just want to thank the community. I really want to thank our mayor, who's got a prayer network that's second to none, and I know that last night when we were talking quite a few times throughout the night, he initiated that prayer network, and we're thankful for that. So we'll open it up to any questions.
Chief, I know you mentioned that there were 3 different incidents involving Is this something that normally happens? Is this a big concern normally, or do you think this is heightened because of the holidays?
You know, unfortunately, Houston and Texas and Harris County have one thing in common. We lead the nation in people drinking and driving. And like I told you all this morning, I don't know if it's a Texas bravado. I'm not sure what it's about, but there's no excuse for it. We're soon approaching 2019, and every drunk driving fatality, every drunk driving injury is absolutely preventable. And they are the result of people making the decision to drink and then get behind the wheel of a vehicle that's really a weapon if it's not properly controlled and operated, and putting us all at risk. So that was 3 last night. I like to say that it's unusual, but it's not unusual for our officers and our first responders, including fire, getting struck by drunk drivers. And last night we had 3. This suspect who almost killed 2 officers, and again, it's a Christmas miracle that they're alive. And that guy tried to get away, and luckily we were able to find him. Then we had the other one where our officers were struck, and that suspect fled up off of Little York, I believe it was. And we were able to capture that suspect, and luckily those officers weren't injured. And the third one was on Yale, at the Walmart on Yale there in the Heights, where the suspect, female, backed into our officers in the parking lot of the Walmart, and then when they went to arrest her, fought with our officers. So it's not a good thing, and it's something that we deal with on a regular basis. Having said that, I'm proud of the fact that we placed an emphasis on drunk driving enforcement in our department in the last couple of years, and our arrests are up. And because of our arrest, I really believe that we are now, again this year, are going to see a double-digit reduction in the number of fatalities in this city. And that's on top of what we achieved last year. And a big part of that is we have put a renewed emphasis on focus on getting drunk drivers off the street before they kill people. He's already had 1 surgery from the specialist. He will have another surgery today, and he will have many surgeries in the upcoming weeks. And so we need to keep him in our prayers. But again, I think that we've got to be strategic, and we've got to be focused in our prayers. And what I'm asking for on behalf of the family, and they're so thankful for the support they're receiving, is a prayer for a full recovery. That means he gets to keep his career. That's what we're asking for.
Any updated information, Chief, on the suspect earlier? You said a 24-year-old.
A 24 Hispanic male. We will put out more information on that suspect later this morning once we make sure that the charges have been filed and all that good stuff. So we'll try to get something out before the end of the day on the suspect that caused this crash. Bueno, unos oficiales, el pasajero, gracias a Dios, estamos muy aliviados que está hablando, el alcalde y yo estábamos hablando con él y su familia. Él va a tener 100% de recuperación, sabemos que va a estar bien, gracias a Dios. El oficial que estaba manejando la patrulla, desgraciadamente, tiene 50% de su cuerpo tiene quemadas, y le estamos suplicando al público, por favor, oraciones para él. Pensamos que va a vivir, pero queremos que una recuperación que va a permitir que siga con su carrera. Estos oficiales tienen 25 años de edad, los dos, son jovencitos, llevan 1 año en la carretera patrullando, y aquí está con estas heridas. Es importante que la comunidad sepa, anoche tuvimos 3 patrullas que fueron involucrada en accidentes con sospechosos bajo la influencia. Gracias a Dios que los únicos, esto es para mí es un milagro que esos oficiales, si ustedes ven como esa patrulla, no podemos reconocerla. No se sabe qué clase de automóvil era. Es para mí completamente un milagro de las Navidades que estamos aquí hablando de oficiales que no murieron.
Particularmente en esta temporada son 3 conductores ebrios. A la comunidad, ¿qué le quiere decir referente a tomar y manejar?
Mire, no hay excusa. Aquí estamos casi en el 2019 y tenemos la comunidad aquí en Houston, en el condado de Harris y en Texas. Somos lo peor del país manejando bajo influencia. No hay excusa. No hay ninguna razón porque una persona debe estar tomado y ponerse a manejar. Ninguna. El año pasado estábamos aquí con el alcalde, con Nacho. ¿Se acuerda de ese muchacho, jovencito? Los otros oficiales que tuvieron que brincar sobre un puente, ¿se acuerda? Con los borrachos tratando de matarlo. No hay excusa y mientras que yo sea el jefe con este alcalde, si matan a un oficial, van a la prisión por vida. Esa es una promesa que le doy. Anything else?
¿El estado de salud del oficial Daly?
El oficial Daly está muy serio su condición. Va a tener varias sugerías, ya tuvo una esta mañana, va a tener otra al mediodía y en los próximos meses y semanas va a tener muchas sugerías. Así que por favor, oraciones para él y su familia. Okay? And let me just say, if you look at that patrol car, and I'm sure the media's already seen it, it is a Christmas miracle. I mean, there's no getting around it. And as a person of faith, I believe and we believe, I think, that without that, the passenger officer getting the help from that civilian and civilian together, we'd be talking about a dead officer. And the fact that after that impact, we don't have 2 dead officers, that in itself is a miracle. So let's not leave it up for miracles. Let's make good choices. And friends, don't let friends drink and drive. We've heard that, but I guarantee you that when we investigate these cases, we're going to find out these people were around friends that knew or should have known they were in no condition to drive, and rather than just hold them, not let them drive, let them drive, and now we're having this conversation. So, Mayor, did you want to add anything?
The only thing I would add is that we had a chance to visit with Officer Reed's mother and two sisters, and they're in good spirits. So he's surrounded with his family, and as you know, these are 2 young officers. They're only 25 years old. They've only been with the police force for less than 2 years. And with regards to Officer Daly, his parents are en route from the West Coast, so they should be here within the next few hours. So we want to lift those family members up. So, but the main thing is that they need our support, and we can give them our support by their prayers. We know that there are a lot of people who want to visit with them, but at this moment in time, they kind of need the attention from the medical staff. So we want to be very sensitive and mindful of that. But we certainly can extend to them our prayers, and like Chief Oscillator said, ask for a full recovery. And again, I do want to emphasize to Houstonians as we go through these holiday seasons, please do not drink and get behind the wheel. You'll put other people's lives at stake as well as your own. And I do hope that the DA will take these type of cases very seriously. As a reminder, I mean, if you do that, there are consequences. So please don't get behind the wheel and after you've been drinking. But enjoy the holiday season. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Will there be any more press conferences here today?
Well, we might do one at 3, and that'll be it. Well, we'll bring up. We can do it right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question. I know you guys are supposed to do it, but are you losing any brothers and 2 officers?
Huh?
Space for the 2 officers?
Yeah, let me circle that. I just want to talk.
Completely understandable. Thank you so much.
The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, while the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we're no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Woo! Let it snow. We wanna see it snow. We've got no place to go. Lights turn way down low. Let it snow. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a sings a lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. Do-da-da-do, do-da-da-do. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we're no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Woo! Let it snow. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the